Hi, in this video we continue breaking down fullback movement of the ball. Watch until the end and you will understand how and when to use half space, when to use overlapping runs, and how to score goals from the fullback position. We will look at examples from players like Trent Alexander-Arnold, Jurrien Timber, Federico Dimarco, and many others. In a previous video we discussed how to create passing lines in wide areas. Now let's look at situations where the fullback operates in less traditional positions, starting from the midfield scenarios. Every fullback must understand, if the ball is on the opposite flank and the player on the ball cannot lift his head and switch the play freely, you should not stay wide. Instead, take up a narrower position that prepares you for a potential turnover. The ball is on the left flank and the player on the ball is facing away from the opposite side. The opponent has overloaded the left side, so there is a risk of losing possession. That's why Hakimi doesn't stay wide on the right. When Vitinha escapes pressure, Hakimi position creates an advantage in the half space, 2 vs 1 on the flank and 4 vs 3 against unorganized defensive line. The same idea applies during throwing on the opposite flank. This position allows Hakimi to quickly recover defensively if needed, but at the same time he looks for weaknesses in Inter's structure, which is fully focused on the ball side. After progressing through the half space, he creates problems for Inter's left back by running in behind, forcing him to open space for the winger. The same principle applies in defensive to attacking transitions. In these moments, counterattacks must be fast. There is no reason to stay wide and slow the tempo. Trent offers a central progression option, exploiting the wide positions of opponents who have not yet reorganized after losing the ball. Even after passing, he continues to act like a midfielder, occupying the half space and preparing for a cutback or a second ball. In positional attacks in the final third, it often doesn't make sense to duplicate the winger's wide position. Instead, offer a central option and create a 1 vs 1 for your winger. Look how Conor Lamer puts the opposing winger in a difficult situation. First a fair movement, then he moves into the blind side and attacks depth. A brilliant example of intelligent movement from Mykolenko. The ball is under pressure on the opposite flank, so he stays narrow. Then he recognizes that the opposing winger is tracking him and uses this to open a passing line to his winger in wide areas. As he continues his run forward, he enters the responsibility zone of the opponent's wingback, forcing him to react, which creates space for Everton's winger. Then he drags the nearest defender away, preventing cover, and after the winger decides not to go forward, Mykolenko himself moves wide and creates a clear scoring chance through dribbling. Another key aspect of fullback movement is coordination with nearby teammates and constantly forming triangles on the flank. Here Porto's right wingback arrives in the half space after switch of play, and by moving higher, opens a passing line to the winger. He recognizes that he is moving in the same direction as attacking midfielder, adapts and stays between the lines, eventually finishing the attack with a goal. One of the classic attacking actions for a modern fullback is the overlap, but it's crucial to understand when it actually makes sense. After switch of play, Jurrien Timber receives in the half space and passes to Saka in wide areas. The Tottenham fullback doesn't step out aggressively and allows space. This is the key condition for the overlap. Timber could run through the half space, but that would be easier for the winger to track. Instead, a curved run creates 2 vs 1 against the isolated fullback. Again Timber. The winger has space to carry the ball because the opposing fullback is retreating. The inside channel is closed, so Saka moves diagonally, opening the lane for Timber's overlapping run. This is exactly the type of detailed positional analysis we build inside ForPro sessions with our players, the invisible training behind performance. A team of professional football analysts at ForPro work one-on-one online with players, breaking down their matches and showing what drives their performance. Each session is personal, built around position and goals. Visit ForPro and book your free session today. Beyond creating a 2 vs 1, this movement also forces winger to defend deeper in uncomfortable conditions. Even if the opponent defends well, this reduces the attacking potential in transition. In modern structured football with constant rotations and role changes, fullbacks regularly find themselves performing different roles. We've seen them operate like midfielders, now let's look at them acting as a wingers. Pedro Henrique starts by creating a passing line in wide areas, but then sees his winger move inside. The opposite fullback follows, which opens space for Henrique to run in behind. Here Federico Dimarco is the only wide player during a final third attack. Key references for his run: the ball is open, a teammate's run disrupts the defenders, there is no defensive control. Result: a great goal from the wingback. Sometimes the fullback must replace the winger in finishing zones. Here the winger doesn't make the necessary run, so Hakimi takes responsibility and gets a scoring opportunity. Another scenario: overloading the defensive line during a cross. Dinamo fills the zones with 3 players, but the fullback's run creates a 2 versus 1 against Shakhtar's left back. Continuity in movement and constant awareness allow a fullback to play multiple roles within a single sequence, starting wide, moving inside and eventually arriving at the far post to finish the attack. All of these elements are part of what we call invisible training, the tactical preparation that turns good players into great ones. If you enjoyed this analysis, comment what you'd like to see next. If this breakdown was interesting to you, watch other tactical analysis from ForPro.